Cool. We are here with Justin Wetzell. He fights at LFA 79 this Friday on UFC Fight Pass. He's taking on Michael Aquila. Yeah, there you go. He's taking on Michael Aquila, and you're on a 3-fight win streak.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a good show, man. Oh, sorry, go on.
No worries. So let's talk about this Michael Aquila. What does he bring to the table that we need to keep an eye on?
Well, he's primarily a jiu-jitsu fighter based on what I've seen and kind of researched on him. He's the best way I could describe him is he's a first-round submission fighter. He's gonna try to dive on legs. He's gonna try to go for a sweep, go for like Imanari rolls and heel hooks right away. And I mean, he has legitimate submissions off his back. He's got good leg lock positions, good 50-50 position. But outside of that, I don't feel very threatened by him. I know that's where he's going to have to take the fight if he wants to win. If he wants to win, he's going to have to catch me in like a leg lock, funky type of position. But I don't think that's very good for him. Like my base is wrestling and jiu-jitsu. You know, that's kind of what I started with. My first 5 or 6 years really of training, and I've been at this for almost 9 years now. And I've really the past year and a half been out here at Elevation Fight Team trying to evolve and round out my game and really work on my stand-up and footwork. So I think I'm going to bring a complete game that's going to shut down his submission game.
Okay, and let's talk about Team Elevation because you got some killers over there.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I moved here in February of 2017. I was training out of a small gym. Me and Austin Hubbard, actually, UFC fighter now. We were from the same local town, little small town, 15,000 people. Moved out here, lived at Neil Magny's fighter house with like Curtis Blades, Austin, some other people, and man, I really one of my main training partners now is Corey Sandhagen. It was not fun when I moved here training with him, man. It was beatdowns after beatdowns, but you know, training with those higher level people, you gain the experience faster and you kind of level up faster. And I'm really, really feeling the effects of that. You know, the past 2 years being out here. Really, just I guess the best way to describe it is I'm trusting the process and just going with it, and I just feel the improvements.
Okay, and this is your debut with LFA, so let's go ahead and talk about that for a minute. Because LFA, they have a new broadcast partner, UFC Fight Pass. Now, that's a pretty big deal considering where most fighters want to get to. They want to get to the Mecca. They want to get to the UFC. So how do you feel about making your debut with LFA and also making your debut on UFC Fight Pass?
Man, it's really exciting. It's kind of been a real roller coaster because, you know, they got canceled on Access TV a month ago. I was like geared up, ready for this. Like I'm going to be on cable television, my chance to showcase the world. And then you get the call a week before the fucking event that the whole thing's scrapped. So I was like, but I stayed ready, and that to me is the hardest part, is just always being like on weight, being in shape and healthy. And you know, a couple weeks went by and I got an email saying, hey, we're back, we're going to be on Fight Pass. And I was kind of torn because I didn't know if maybe being on Fight Pass wasn't as good as Access TV, because Access TV is kind of just like any regular person could turn to channel 500 or whatever and tune in. But with it being on Fight Pass, it's going to be like in a library, and literally it can be viewed worldwide. So I think it's actually better. It's going to give me more exposure, more eyeballs, which is, you know, what you need to get to the higher level, which is what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to – I'm happy to be here in LFA. I'm happy to fight and compete for this very, very prestigious promotion, but I'm looking bigger. I'm looking to get out of LFA and go to the UFC, Bellator, PFL, you know, whatever it may be, a major league promotion.
Okay, well, my 2 cents on the whole LFA going to Fight Pass would be, you know, the boss Dana White helped develop Fight Pass.
Yeah.
So, you know, he's watching.
Yes.
And if the boss is watching, there's a chance you could get picked up. Now, I don't know if he watches the Access TV, but I know he watches Fight Pass. It's kind of his baby. So that's just my 2 cents on the thing. I think it's great for fighters. It gives fighters a different, more broad audience, because I don't know if they've got Access TV in Australia, but I know anybody can have Fight Pass.
Yeah, I didn't have Access TV here. I had like a couple times, like again, Austin fought for Access. I had to watch it through like a Sling TV app or something because my cable provider didn't have it. So, and it was impossible to find it online on a stream or any of that. So, it's better that it's on Fight Pass. more exposure.
Okay, so your debut, you've got a submission guy that's usually getting out of the first round. So without giving too much of away, what would be like a general, I guess not like game plan, but insight into how you're approaching this fight?
Yeah, absolutely. My plan is, like I said, I started as a ground guy. That's my base. Submission, wrestling, all that's my base. But my idea is I got to take this to him where he's uncomfortable. And if you watch his fights, he's very uncomfortable on the feet. He doesn't like to stand there. He's willing to pull guard to get out of like the stand-up scenarios and dive on legs. So I don't know. Modern MMA. This isn't 1999, man. People know what they're suspect to. But again, with that being said, the first minute or two when we're dry, when he's fresh, strong, he's gonna have that squeeze. He's gonna be able to like grab and do this and that. So it's kind of just maintained. I mean, Mike, if you're listening right now, dude, I'm gonna keep distance. I'm gonna punch your fucking face, man. That's just the plan. I mean,
Yes.
I gotta do.
Okay, and after we win on Friday, are we gonna have a call out on that microphone?
I think so, man. I got a couple things in mind, actually. Yeah, it's great that you mentioned that.
Well, go ahead, take it away.
All right, man. So after this fight, I want two things. I want either the LFA bantamweight title bout, or I want a shot on the Contender Series against Jake Childers. Jake Childers, he's 2-0 in LFA. He's 7-0 as a pro. We fought as amateurs for a title, a 5-round war, and I won a split decision. I hope he take that fight. Ideally in a world, I'd like to jump the line and go straight to the Contender Series and prove my worth. I'll be on a 4-fight win streak, 5-1, 2 finishes in a row. I'm training at a high-profile gym. In my opinion, I'm training with the best bantamweight in the world, in Corey Sandhagen. I'm ready for the big show, man. It's just I got to show the world Friday impressively and get my shot. Or
Okay.
there's an alternative to that too. Earlier this year in January, I was offered a fight in Bellator against Adele Altamimi. I accepted that fight instantly, and then I heard nothing from Bellator after that. And Adele, it was on the Fedor versus Mir card on the main card.
Okay.
And I accepted it almost instantly. Never heard anything back, and sure enough, that Adele guy was fighting someone else with a losing record. Beat him real quick. So, I mean, maybe if we could go that route, Bellator, I'll beat you up, Adele. We can have that match.
Okay. So you've got options. You've thought about this. You put some deep thought into this.
Yes, man. There's so much more to this game than just the punches and kicks. There's so much more to do than just fighting. You got to market yourself. You're a brand. You got to put yourself out there. And this is my opportunity to do that.
Okay, now speaking of the LFA title, you just had at LFA 78, Adrian Yanez and Kyle Estrada go to war. Yanez coming away with the split decision. I'd imagine his next fight is going to be for the bantamweight title. How do you think you match up with him?
I didn't really see much of it. My phone crapped out during the thing. He's more of a boxer based. I mean, I'm sure he's good everywhere, but
yeah,
he's more of a boxing based, hands fighting type fighter. Man, I don't care. I really don't. Like I said, I train with the best bantamweight in the world. I'm ready for the big leagues. And that being said, he is a fighter that is ready probably for the big leagues too. Him and Estrada. I seen the first round and a half, and then my phone crapped out. But they're both solid fighters, and in my opinion, they're both UFC level fighters, along with myself.
I agree. Okay. Well, hey man, I appreciate the time. Before I let you go, is there anybody you'd like to thank that's gotten you to this point in your career? Take as long as you want, man. The floor is yours.
Sure, man. I'm from humble beginnings at Combat Zone, Nick Meyer, Joe Laughlin with Asylum, to going there to train at Militich Fighting Systems, to moving out here at Team Elevation. I fight in the cage by myself, but this is not a one-man journey. This has just been, I don't know, man, it's kind of surreal. It's been a 9-year journey and a culmination to get to this. There's just so many people that helped me get to where I am. It'd probably be impossible to name off all the names, but man, it's going to be a great night Friday. If you're watching, tune in, UFC Fight Pass. It's going to be a great show. Watch me climb to the top.
All right, man. Well, again, I appreciate your time. I'll be watching, baby. I'll be seeing you. I'll be seeing all the fighters get in there on Friday night and just go in there and get some shit done. So, like I said, good luck, safe weight cut, and let's catch up after your win, okay?
Yeah, can you tell I'm cutting weight, man? I feel great. I woke up today at 43.5, and I'm still
I'm
full.
telling you right now, you don't look like you're cut weight, man. You look pretty good. You look pretty good.
Thanks, man. You're going to be there, though, at the event?
No, I'm not going to be there. I'm going to be watching.
Gotcha.
Watching.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I catch all that shit. I do all of LFA's fights, and I try to get as many interviews with LFA as possible. Oh, bring him in.
Yeah, right. All right, man. Thank you. I gotta handle this.
No worries, man. Take it easy.
All right, bye.
Later.